What's poppin', gang? It's your boy JB here, and I'm coming to you with another episode of That's That on That podcast, hashtag TTOTP. And today we're going to do something a little different, something I haven't really fit in the schedule yet, but it might be like an every other week thing. We'll see, maybe I rotate this and vibe sessions, we'll see how I'm feeling about it. But this episode is going to be my pop news episode, and for you who's wondering out there, what is pop news? It's just pop culture news. It's basically, what's going on with pop culture. And honestly, sometimes, some weeks it'd be a lot of shit. Some weeks it'd be dry as fuck. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna see how I like to do it, and we'll see how it can fit in the schedule. But anyway, without further ado, or should I say, okay, the fuck. Anyway, well, today we're gonna start off with saying R.I.P. to Cicely Tyson. If you don't know who Cicely Tyson is out there, especially if you're a person of color, you really should get your life together, because Cicely Tyson has been out. She's been a very well-known, prominent black actress, especially in the black culture, for years and years and years and years. She was here before the civil rights movement and all the other shit. She was old. Much respect to Cicely Tyson, though. I'll give you a quick synopsis of who she is if you don't know who she is, and for the people that don't know who she is, especially if this is reaching overseas and everything else like that. But just if you want to do a quick Google search, you can do it. Cicely Tyson was an American actress and fashion model in a career spanning more than 7 decades. That's a long motherfucking year. Some decades, which means that's 70 plus years. 7 decades, she became known for her portrayal of strong African American women. She was married for about a good some years, in 1981 to 1988. She was born December 19th, 1924, in Harlem, New York. Imagine 1924. How many years ago was that? 9-something years ago. And in Harlem, in New York, at that, and being a black woman. Unfortunately, she died on January 28th, 2021. Sad, but I was ready for it. She do have 2 siblings, Isaac Tyson and Sandra Tyson. And she's an Academy Award winner. It's the Cicely Tyson. Once again, if you don't know who Cicely Tyson is, you definitely want to look her up. And actually, especially being that it's Black History Month, shout out to all the black people and colored people and brown people out there celebrating our month. And it's the shortest month of the year, but happy Black History Month. And I was on Twitter and then Instagram, and everybody else was in an uproar, of course, sad, sending their condolences to her and her family when the news broke and everything else like that. It was a sad occasion. When I seen it myself, I was actually shocked. I was shocked because it was like, so many people has been, kicking the bucket, checking a little bit, rising to the skies, and some of them fall into the underworld, but that's besides the point. It was very much so, it was sad. It was sad when I seen it, but, she was 98 or 95 or 90 something years old. So, so if it's your time, it's your time. God knows best, and we can't argue with that. She was Black Hollywood royalty. You do see Cicely Tyson appear in a little bit of everybody movie. And speaking of movies, when I was on, I was on Instagram and actually Twitter. Black Twitter's a shit. Hands down, I don't give a fuck about what none of y'all other people say. If you get on Twitter and there's some black shit happening, some black shit happening, Black Twitter's, we're just funny. It's funny as fuck. And I say we because I'm being a part of it sometimes when I have the time. But anyway, Black Twitter and, the black pop culture of it all. They was pitching ideas. You know how everybody throw their memes out and, throw their memes out and statuses and everything else like that, and updates and tweets. Somebody put out, that, Kimberly Elise should play, Cicely Tyson in her biopic if they were to make one. Now, for y'all who don't know who for y'all who don't know who Kimberly Elise is, I need that money. Bitch, please set it off. You remember the one Lost Child? Kimberly Elise played in a little bit of Everybody movie too. She also played in Diary of a Mad Black Woman. She played in For Colored Girls. She played in what else did she play? Every time she played in a movie, she's always playing somebody in distress. And she does it so well. I'm starting to think that she has a sad ass life. But whatever. Kimberly Elise, they wanted her to play her in her biopic, and I seen they put a face-to-face picture, of the headshot. It wasn't a headshot. I think it's just regular pictures. I think of them at the same event, and they actually strikingly do look alike a lot. Like, they look alike, and it was like, wow. It was like some shit you don't even think about, and yeah, here we are. I'm just like, okay, I'm like, Kimberly, check. Don't let Lifetime do this biopic. Lifetime is very much so they're hit or miss. It's a hit or miss. There ain't really no in between. Y'all seen that Aaliyah movie. That's all I got to fucking say. Yeah, speaking of biopics, Wendy Williams. Everybody know who Wendy Williams is. Wendell Bartholomew. No, I'm just saying. Wendy Williams, she just had a biopic on Saturday. Was it Saturday? Saturday. It was a biopic put out, and it also was a documentary put out on her, her life and her rise to fame, and how she became the queen of media. Rightfully so. Honestly, if you look back on her career, I mean, you like her, you hate her. She was out there. she was out there. She was talking shit, and she was saying shit that other motherfuckers didn't want to say. She was saying shit that other motherfuckers was too scared to say. People don't want to go against the industry. And I did give her movie a look, and I watched the documentary as well. And it actually was it was pretty intriguing. I mean, it moved a little fast, but that's with every fucking Lifetime biopic. Honestly, they always moving fast, and that shit is annoying as fuck. But anyway, with her biopic, I'm not necessarily going to recap it. It was just basically showing you her life, the shit that she went through. Her parents fucking her up in the head when she was younger, telling her she was fat. I mean, she was big. She was big. She was a little meatloaf. You know what I mean? Oh well, fuck it. But anyways, it's nothing you want to tell a child at 11 years old, because that'll really seriously fuck with their mental, especially if they're not confident and or have that mental stability to know that fuck your opinion. You know what I mean? And I mean, as a kid, and that's a very impressionable age, 11 years old, you don't even know what the fuck you are. So your motherfucking parents telling you shit like that. Oh, you be heavy. You're too heavy. It's like, bitch, mind your business. Meanwhile, you sitting over here looking like a block of cornbread. Like, whatever. Yeah, and everything else like that. I mean, if y'all haven't watched the movie, y'all should really go check it out. It's pretty cool, for the most part. I mean, I've seen great reviews about it on Twitter and Instagram and everything else like that. I mean, you got some other people that's just, oh yeah, no, I didn't like it. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. You know what they say, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them. But in my opinion, I liked it, and I thought it was cool. I mean, I think they should have really did like a new edition situation where it was like they did 3 different parts, and I think it was like 2 hours each. And what was it? It was on BET, and they actually did 3 parts of that movie, and it was actually pretty fucking good. So if y'all haven't seen the new edition story, not the Bobby Brown movie, which I heard the Bobby Brown movie was good as well. But if y'all haven't seen the new edition story, the 3 parts, y'all need to really go watch that. That came out like 2-3 years ago. Really good TV. But I do feel like they should have, with Wendy Williams' biopic, I feel like they should have did it in a few different parts. That way they can expand on a little bit, elaborate on more. Because like I said before, it was sped up. And it was just, it was good content, but it was sped up. Also focus on how she knew her husband was cheating for about 10 or 17 years, and they were married for like 27 or some shit like that. And I guess she says her words. She had a plan all along, and She always knew this shit wasn't gonna last. She was just getting her ducks in a row. You know, smart for y'all women to do that. I mean, however common, I mean, smart business decision and everything else like that. But you want to also be careful with that as well, because you never know, motherfuckers gonna be cheating out here and bringing you back to clap. And I mean, some of y'all already have it. And or have had it, and it's curable. But still, who the fuck want to be known as, oh damn, my husband, my wife came back and gave me the clap because I knew they was out there cheating, but I decided to not do anything about it. You know what I mean? Another thing, if somebody's cheating and you know they cheating and y'all together, don't ask no questions unless A, you ready for that answer, and B, you ready to do something about it. Because if you're not ready to do something about it, shut the fuck up. That's another part of conversation for another day. But yeah, you should check out that Wendy Williams biopic on Lifetime. It was the documentary followed right after. It was basically, they could have really did without the documentary, and or release a documentary maybe like months down the line, or maybe at the end of the year or so, because it basically was the same story. The same shit we found out that in the movie that we did in the documentary, which it was cool because I guess it's coming from her own mouth and people around her and everything else like that. But whatever. It's 4 long ass hours you can't get back. All right, so our next topic, or should I say our next celebrity couple at that, is T.I. and Tiny. I'm pretty sure at this point, by the time that y'all hear this podcast, that everybody's heard about what's going on and what they did and what the allegations allegedly. Don't sue me because I ain't got no money. Of what happened and everything else like that. If you have not heard, or if you have been living under a rock, or if you have not been on the nets, especially the black nets, then you would know that T.I. and Tiny are they're being alleged to basically be sex trafficking. Not only sex trafficking, but also what else they be doing? They be drugging women and beating them and abusing them and all this other shit against their will, allegedly. And that's a lot. I see a lot of motherfuckers joking about it and everything else like that. Now, the truth is stranger than fiction. To be honest, truth is stranger than fiction. I don't know if the shit happened or not. However, I don't put shit past any fucking body. Especially with sex trafficking as high as it is in Atlanta, and them two niggas are in Atlanta. And I mean, it's no secret, they definitely haven't kept it a secret that they do threesomes profusely, expeditiously. Nah, but there's no secret that they are, they dibble and dabble into adding extra people to their room, which is their business. They're a married couple, and whatever works for them, why should anybody else give a fuck? That's been no secret, but the problem becomes when it's against people's will. Now, you can say, oh, how is it against somebody's will? If they knew they was coming for a threesome or whatever the case may be. The problem comes in when you can agree to do a threesome. Oh yeah, come in, we fucking cool, whatever, we adults, we do what we do. The problem comes in where if I'm coming to your house to do one thing, and then I'm taking Molly martinis and doing a little bit of the booger sugar and allegedly, and giving substances that I don't know what the fuck they are. And not only that, then I'm getting abused verbally and maybe even physically, drug places. I'm letting other people, or y'all niggas letting other people take advantage of me in a non-sober state. And allegedly, once again, and everything else like that. All of that shit, all of that crazy shit happening. That's just to sum up. That's not the whole story. I believe the story started. I'm not going to give you the whole story because it's a long ass story. So many different people that is a part of the story and that have contributed to the story. I'm not going through that time. I have that type of time. I got a job. But I guess they had their friend. Let me give you her name. Sabrina Peterson. I guess they had a friend. I guess they were close or whatever the case may be. And a few years ago, or whenever, they never really gave us a time, recently she came out on Instagram and basically saying to Keisha Lansbottom, which I think is the mayor of Atlanta, she's basically telling her, why are you endorsing and/or letting T.I. come and be a part of this movement and try to, be a figure to people, or public figure, or, somebody to look up to, when this nigga ain't shit but hoes and tricks. That's my shit right there. Anyway, yeah. So she's basically just saying, it's like, this nigga put a gun in my head. Like, fuck you talking about, knuckle? Fuck this nigga doing up here. You put a goddamn gun in my head, you piece of bitch. But I was like, she came out and basically said that. I'm not going to give you the full quote. And then Tiny, which is, of course, what a good wife would do, which is a dumb bitch. Mind business. She basically came out and basically said, she made another, or a counter Instagram post, addressing her. It's like, why are you, weren't your kids just calling Tip, which is T.I., calling him uncle and hugging him and taking pictures and everything else like that? What happened to that? What happened to all that bullshit? I thought, how the fuck this nigga put a gun in your head, but you feel comfortable enough to sit here and let your motherfucking kids call his motherfucking, Uncle Tip, Uncle T.I. You comfortable with coming around my house and all this other shit and being cool with us? But yet, you saying this nigga put a gun in your head. I ain't gonna have nobody that put a gun in my head around my kids. Paraphrasing. But basically to that standard. Cool. Whatever. So then, Sabrina came back and she's like, oh, well, fuck you then, bitch. Fuck you then, bitch. The fuck you talking about? Your dusty ass kids call me auntie. And that nigga still put a gun in my head. Allegedly. Allegedly. Alright, cool. Whatever. So then, I guess she came out saying not only did she put a gun in her head, they've been out there recruiting girls and shit like that, and to have threesomes, and they drug them and beat them and abuse them and talk crazy to them and this and that and all the other shit, and rape them, and it's a whole bunch of. Honestly, it's really a whole bunch of. But I mean, this is what people, highly weird. Yeah, I said Holly weird. Holly weird is fucking weird. So I don't put shit past nobody. So I ain't gonna say it's true. I'm not gonna say it's false. I don't fucking know. All I'm gonna say is, if it is true, all of that shit y'all was talking about Bill Cosby, why the fuck? Like, why do you have a leg to stand on? Why was you saying anything? See, you should have just shut the fuck up and ate your food, because here you are seeing all of this shit about Pill, and then come back around and you the next Mr. Huxtable. Wow. Might want to get that in check, T.I. and Tiny. Allegedly, if they are, if this shit is true. Now, if it's not true, which, to, counter everything, that it is going around the Atlanta streets and around the socials, that Sabrina is a little nut. They said about 6 people then got a restraining order on them. They said, what else they say? They said the bitch should be stabbing people, smacking people with a whole bunch of foreign objects, allegedly. Don't sue me, I'm broke. Yeah, and they just said she doesn't have a leg to stand on because the bitch is mentally unstable. Which, I mean, if the proof is in the pudding, like I said, it's in court documents that she's had a few restraining orders put out on her. So I mean, people do just be out chasing clout and, looking for their next 5 seconds of fame. So that's all it is, The GP's attention span is trash. It's like attention span of a gnat, of a fucking peanut. Oh, okay. Something go happen. 3 days to a week and a half later, we worrying about something else. We didn't forgot about what the fuck you got to talk about. But anyway, basically, and one of their friends, Shekinah Joe. Everybody know, I mean, if you don't know who Shekinah is, I mean, if you know who T.I. and Tiny is, I'm pretty sure you know who Shekinah is. Tiny's friend. She was on T.I. and them Family Hustle. She's on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I think her and Tiny had a show or something like that. What's the show? They had a show about a hair bust or something like that. Anyway, Shekinah Joe. she came out a few days ago and made this dumb ass statement. I ain't even gonna call it a statement dumb, because if you try to be a real friend, you being a true friend, checking up for your folks. That's my folks. The fuck you talking about? They did this. And she known Sabrina. I believe Sabrina a few years ago actually was trying to attack Shekinah. And not only was she trying to attack her, Shekinah was one of those people that had to go out and put a restraining order on her. Wasn't she trying to attack her? I'm going to say allegedly trying to attack her. She's either trying to attack her or making threats. But yeah, Shekinah came on her Instagram live. She was basically not helping the situation at all. She was not helping the situation at all. And I only say she was not helping the situation because you got one of them friends that think they trying to help their hearts in a good place, but they come out and they say the wrong thing or the dumb shit. I'm not gonna play the audio for you because I don't feel like doing that. Sue me. No, but I'm not gonna play the audio. But in a quick synopsis of what I ain't even gonna say quick synopsis. She was saying, basically, her words. How talking about Sabrina, she was like, "Let's tell how you was out with them recruiting the girls," and then some other shit after that. And I was like, what? Like, out with them recruiting Drake? Like, wait, like what? Say that shit again. Rewind. Let's tell them how you was out recruiting with them. I was like, okay, you're not helping the situation. Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. In the words of Lovely T, Shekinah should have had a tall glass of shut the fuck up. Honestly, because I'm just like, I see what you're trying to do, and I guess, she came out later, 2-3 days later with the video, like everybody do. Everybody backpedals and pussy pops on the nets once their feet is held to the fire, and once somebody's foot is on their neck, and social media's foot was on her neck. It was like, bitch, you basically exposing your friends. You basically saying it's something that's true to this alleged story of, sex trafficking or recruiting. For one, I feel like I see what you was trying to do. Maybe it was just too much in the heat of the moment. You just didn't know what the words to say. I don't think she would intentionally come out and say, yeah, them niggas out there fucking recruiting and sex trafficking. I don't think she'd get down like that. I felt like you shouldn't have used the word recruit, or I should say she shouldn't have used the word recruit. I think she meant, and this is just my thoughts, I think that she meant, okay, you was saying you was out there. Oh, she also said Sabrina was fucking T.I. and Tiny as well. So I think that she was saying, or she tried to say, how are you going to be sitting here saying that they, or trying to spray them, or saying they do threesomes, which everybody already knew about, and they be, going out and, getting girls and strippers or whatever the case may be to have threesomes with them, but you one of the people that goes out with them to do it, to have threesomes and or orgies. I don't think she meant to say recruit, but people just don't know how to mind their business. But anyway, she came out later on, like I said, 2-3 days down the line, crying, trying to clean it up, basically saying she don't know nothing about the life of them having threesomes, and basically, I wouldn't necessarily say distancing herself from them publicly, but it sounded like in her long-ass live sob story, she was trying to distance herself, and basically saying, I wasn't saying that they were recruiting anybody, but I was just basically saying, you out there fucking with them too, and having orgies and threesomes and whomever else with them too, which I get, I understand, but you shouldn't have said nothing because this wasn't your fight. I get trying to take out for your friends. You definitely want to always have a united front when it comes to your folks, because they've been knowing each other for years and years, as far as we know, the GP. But enough of that situation. Actually, you know what? Not even enough of that situation. Because then also, everybody knows Atlanta's small. Everybody knows that all of the black celebrities out there in Atlanta, we all know that they know each other and everything else like that. If you don't know who Scrappy is, Scrappy from Love and Hip Hop. I think He went by Lil Scrap or some shit like that back in the day when he actually had a career. Not talking shit, because I do like Scrap. He's a cool person on TV. He basically came out, what was that? I want to say like yesterday or 2 days ago. And I don't want to say that he was defending them, because he wasn't defending them. He was just making a post about them. Well, I wouldn't even really say it was about them either. But you can really relate the two situations, because everybody knows everybody in Atlanta knows everybody in Atlanta. Let me pull this up real quick and see what he tweeted out. Alright. Scrappy said, say man, niggas better chill on that after parties at they room, cause in a minute it's gonna be so many groupies turned to women holding their hands up saying no. What he was saying, how he just typed it was dumb, but I'm just gonna put it out there. Say man, niggas better chill on that after parties at their room, cause in a minute it's gonna be so many groupies turning into women holding their hands up, saying that they were raped or drugged. Some true, some true, some false, but don't take the chance. And I mean, if you're smarter than a 5th grader, that, you're pretty sure you can relate that if you know the story. You can relate that to what he was saying. Not saying he was taking up for anybody, but he was just speaking facts. And I mean, honestly, to be honest, between me and y'all, I understand what he was saying. Like, I get it. I get, basically saying, because, not everybody, I'm pretty sure, I guess it was 30 women or something like that, quote unquote, allegedly. 30 women that came to Sabrina Peterson's Instagram and DM'd her all of the stories that of them and T.I. and Tiny, allegedly. Now, it has come out a few days ago that a lot of them stories, or a lot of the DMs were fake, allegedly. And basically just saying she was a fucking weirdo. But back to what Scrappy was saying. Scrappy, I agree what he was saying. You definitely don't want to take the chance, because a lot of women, and this is the sad part about our society, a lot of women do lie about shit like that and I'm not saying any of the victims lied. I mean, 30 people, I ain't gonna say all them niggas lied. I'm pretty sure some of them did. Or some of them just wanted, to be out there, because as y'all seen, even with Pill Cosby, all of the 900,000 bitches that came out, not all of them, let me stop. A lot of them were lying, but a lot of them weren't lying as well. So, I mean, people like to jump on bandwagons. People like to get their 5 seconds of fame. That's what people do. And those women and people in general fuck up they fuck up the accountability and the integrity of victims that actually go through shit like that. Like, somebody really got raped. Now it's like, okay, well, the last bitch lied. Now, the bitch before her lied too, so why the fuck would I believe the next one that it really happened to? You know what I'm saying? So I understand what Scrappy was saying. I definitely don't think all of the women were, all of it was true. I definitely do think where there's smoke, there's fire, and I'm pretty sure some crazy shit has happened and it is happening. So, I mean, that's that on that. T.I. did also come out, and it doesn't really matter. He came out with a whole live, it's like 16 minutes or so, basically trying to use a whole bunch of 15-letter words and bullshit, and talking about a whole bunch of nothing. He didn't really help his case, because he wasn't talking about anything. T.I. sometimes need to expeditiously shut the fuck up, and that's just me. But in other Atlanta news, if you don't know who Tommy Lee is, and not the drummer, because that's my nigga for real. It's the rock shit. Tommy Lee, he got his black card just a little bit. He performed at the BET Awards. But not the drummer, the reality star. Tommy Lee from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And I think that's the only thing she was on. And Natalie Nun. Don't know. Chin. From Bad Girls Club. Chin Bad Girls Club. They were supposed to have a boxing match. I think Tommy was saying something about she wanted to do a boxing match with somebody and have a sponsor. She got a celebrity boxing match. They got a sponsor, they can ring up. And I guess Natalie was our choice. Natalie was basically saying, ha ha ha. well, we can do a boxing match. I don't have a problem with doing a boxing match as long as it's on the Zeus network, which is the network that she's currently working with. She's saying they're going to pay us 3 times the amount of whatever, sponsor you can find. So they agreed to do the boxing match. Everybody was like, okay, nobody really gives a fuck, but all right, cool, we'll watch it if it comes on. And 4 days later, not even, they trying, everybody posting that they box or that they're training, they're boxing and showing their videos of them getting ready, and then not a day later, bitches backed out. Tommy posted on Instagram that Natalie backed out for whatever punk ass reason, and Natalie stuck to her guns and said, I'm not boxing with nobody outside of the Zeus network. Like, if we're gonna do it, we need to contract up with them. And I think maybe that is because maybe I've seen she's doing like a few different shows for Zeus Network. I think everybody knows what Zeus Network is. If you don't know what Zeus Network is, they had the Black China reality show, the Chance, if you ever remember Chance from I Love New York, VH1 back in the day. When reality TV was the shit. They had his show on there. They had B. Simone's, little fake relationship show on there. Basically, Zeus had everybody, pretty much. And I think maybe Natalie had maybe has a contract with them, because I see that she's producing, or not necessarily producing. She might be producing, but anyway, she has a few different things going on with them as far as filming wise. So maybe And I mean, wherever the bag is bigger, shit, I'm going to, the fuck, why would I go and fight you for $10,000 or whatever the case may be? This is not, the price, but just example, why would I go and fight you for $10,000 when I can come over to the network that I'm currently working with that's saying they're going to offer us $50,000? Smart money moves. I mean, you got to make your bag somehow, bitch. First of all, I ain't about to fight you, I don't even know you, or, box you for nothing anyway. So wherever the bigger bag is, that's where the fuck I'm at. I'm where the money resides. And then maybe on Tommy's part, she was like, you only trying to do that because those are your knuckles, and they're probably going to try to spend something in your life to make it look like you either won or you the better person. But whatever. So Natalie backed out, and yeah, that was the end of that. Now, speaking of Tommy Lee, there's been all over Twitter and Instagram and social media in general, the allegations that she smashed Ray J. And I mean, if you watch Love and Hip Hop, although they've been off air for a while due to the Rona, they have like this little 4-part special or something like that on Love and Hip Hop Unlocked, a clip show basically of them going over what happened and what's going on with them. And Ray J actually was watching this one episode. I don't know if it was 1, 2, or 3. I don't think part 4 dropped yet. I was watching the one. It was a clip of the one episode because I was like, I'm not about to watch. I watch Love and Hip Hop, but to watch the clip show, I'm just like, it's been like almost a year since y'all niggas been out. I don't want to watch the same shit or whatever. But it was a clip on Instagram that I was watching, and the clip was of Ray J, and I think it wasn't necessarily Ray J. They had Kendall, he was the host, and they were going over timelines, and not necessarily timelines, but connecting who was sleeping with who, and who slept with somebody adjacent because they slept with somebody else. If y'all watched it, y'all watched it. So Ray J was basically saying everybody that he slept with, everybody was saying everybody that they slept with on the cast or, in the Love and Hip Hop family. And Ray J was saying, who he was fucking with, blah, 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 or he has fucked with. Princess was on the left of him, which is his wife/baby mom's. And she was like, oh, well, didn't you fuck Tommy too? Ha 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 ha. And Ray J was like, I don't know what you're talking about, nigga. Like, fuck you mean? Like, huh? But I did what? Who said that? But nah, so of course Tommy didn't take that well. She went on Instagram and she was saying, oh, because I know Tommy's a rowdy one. She's a fighter. And she got ass. Anyway, as I was saying, she was like, I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas talking about. And I'm just paraphrasing because I'm not going to go find it. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I never smashed Ray J, blase blah. I said what I said, and I meant what I said, period. Basically adding Princess, which is Ray J's baby mom / about to be ex-wife, I think. I think they got into like a little back and forth or something like that. Not necessarily back and forth, because I mean, he said what he said. Now, back 2 or 4 years ago, when she was back, what the fuck was she filming? She was filming Love and Hip Hop. And that's when she basically said it was like a little behind the scenes cut or whatever the case may be. She was basically saying who she smashed, which was Scrap De Leon, which he's on the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta as well, not to be confused with Lil Scrappy. Scrap De Leon's the other person. Seeing Scrap De Leon, and I think she said, she made a joke, allegedly a joke, that she had hit Ray J, or was she playing Smash, Marry, Kill, or some shit like that? Whatever, she said she hit Ray J, but she said again. Being, again meaning, it happened before. Alright, cool. That's what basically social media said shut the fuck up when they posted that clip. It's like, bitch, you definitely said you did. So why are you saying that you didn't? Granted, I feel like maybe she was joking or whatever the case may be. And, I mean, you get a little jokey in there every now and again. Ray J is a big star. Everybody knows Ray J is. But I don't know. Fuck. So next is Trey Songz. We're going to do this real quick because I don't want this to be too long, although I got a lot more to talk about. We're going to do Trey Songz. Trey Songz, he was arrested last week because he was at a football game and he put a cop in the headlock. Talk about Black Lives Matter. Nah, but like seriously, I mean, I guess apparently they said that he didn't have a mask on while they were in the stadium watching the live game, and he didn't have his mask on. He wasn't eating. He wasn't drinking anything. And the cop came over and told him, I guess the cop worked for the stadium. I'm not too sure, but the cop came over and said, yo, nigga, put your mask on, bitch. And Trey was like, nigga, mind your motherfucking business before I beat you the fuck up. So the cop was like, who the fuck are you talking to? Do you know who I am? So he's like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about who you are. Get the fuck out of my face, you piece of bitch. Now, before I cough on you. Y'all know Trey Songz had the Rona before. Now I was fucking around. He didn't say all that, but I'm just saying. He did have the Rona before. So I guess the cop tries to, I don't know if he tries to, it's a video out there that everybody can go watch if you haven't seen it. He tried to grab him or I guess to escort him out or lock him up or something like that. And Trey was like, nigga, said, hell fuck nah, bitch. Touch me. I ain't about to be a hashtag. I'm gonna fuck your bitch ass up. So, that's what Trey, boop, boop. I don't think he swung. Did he swing on him? I don't think he punched him. Maybe he did get him with a click clack. But, whatever. He ended up putting the cop in the headlock. And I was just like, where the fuck did, thank God, and the cop had a gun on his, I think he had a gun on his fucking, on his side, so thank God the cop was dumb and didn't fucking shoot him. Cause I would shot, who the fuck, you put me in the headlock? Oh no, you're getting shot today. No, but, anyway. What annoyed me about the whole situation, was if you look back in the video, if you get it from a good angle, you can see all the other whitey folk and whomever else, not everybody, because a lot of people did have their mask on, but you can see a few little whitey folk behind them, although they was a little further away, them niggas ain't had no mask on either. So my thing is, bitch, if you want to come over here and say something to me, you want to say something to them. The fuck? Like, I'm tired of people who keep, unnecessarily, it frustrates the fuck out of me. It's just like, I'm tired of motherfuckers acting like what we do is a problem, but when the mayor reflected people do it, it's okay. They're alright. They're well within their rights. They're alright. They sucked my ass twice. The shit is ridiculous. But, once again, that's what your bitch ass get to the cop that tried to, before you even say that, Trey should have had his mask on. It is what it is. You need to be wearing your mask in public. And then anywhere you go, and that's going to have other people around, you need to be wearing your mask so we can try to stop the spread, period. Hard stop. That's it. I get it. However, fuck that cop. That's what your bitch ass get, because you wasn't saying nothing to Sally, Susie, Jake, and Paul back there. So don't fucking say nothing to Jamal, Tyrone, and fucking Quebec. End of that story. Next story. Is on Rasby, and this has been out for a while. Rasby, pray for it. But Rasby of B2K. If y'all not familiar with the boy group, the boy band, I guess you can call it a band, R&B group, whatever, Omarion's group, Omarion and the boys. But B2K, that consisted of Omarion. It consisted of what that nigga name is, Lil Fizzlepop, Lil Fizz. Rasby, and I think somebody else. Who was the other person? Marcus Houston? Or was that another group? Anyway, it was Marcus. Marcus is a weirdo, just put that out there. Rasby basically came out the other day on Instagram saying how Chris Stokes, which I think was the manager and maybe founder or something like that of the group, raped him. Chris Stokes and I think Marcus Houston, allegedly, raped him when he was, back when they were in the group. It was sad. Everybody always paint Raz to be out the bad guy. I mean, because he does do, and he has done over the years, a lot of fuck shit. And he does need mental help. He really does need mental help. But yeah, he basically put it out there that, you know, that nigga raped him. This is nothing that he hasn't said before, honestly. It's just, I guess he's just saying it again, which brought an uproar to, you know, social media. And everybody's, you know, like, oh, wow, you know, he's like, you don't even tell my story. Or, I mean, you don't want me to tell my story. And all of the allegations of them fucking with him when he was younger and them fucking with him even now. Basically, like, they, you know, he can't do nothing without him. Granted, he didn't really have a career or at least a singing career outside of the group. You know. None of them niggas really did. Honestly, if you think about it, once again, it was Omarion and the boys. But, yeah, so I was basically saying the other day, oh, yeah, I was, you know, I'll take a lie detector test if y'all niggas think I'm lying, yeah, which, I mean, I would like to see it. See, and when I say I would like to see it, I mean the lie detector test. And honestly, I don't like play with like shit like that. Like rape is not nothing to really joke about or anything else like that. So I'm not saying I don't believe him, because I actually do believe him. Once again, Holly Weird is a very weird place, and it's a lot of salacious, fucked up individuals, sadistic, twisted weirdos in Hollywood. I mean, it is what it is. Not everybody, but I can name too many people. And I don't personally know them, but we all know from headlines and everything else. So Orion came out, which is Omarion's brother, which also I think he's a singer and or model or something like that. Them niggas look just alike for real. He came out and he commented under Rasby's post, basically saying, "Take the test, bro." Basically in agreeing with him, letting him know that he, like, we all know that you're telling the truth. Like, it's just these niggas trying to protect their image. And I actually think also Orion came out with, I don't want to say allegations. I think he did say something to the effect of Chris Stokes and whomever else fucking with him, to not in that capacity of, you know, raping him, because that's Omarion's brother, but basically doing some fuck shit to him too. But that's more to come, because I didn't put it all the way out there. That's just allegedly speaking. So this next range of stories that I'm going to be letting you guys know about, they will be quick. It's what I'm going to call quick stories and or quickies, just to get them up and out the way. It's not really anything too much to talk about with them or elaborate on. I have quite a few, so stay with me. So first up in quickies, shout out to Roxanne. It's Rox on Instagram and YouTube and everything else like that. Also shout out to Ashley Miller. She gave me a shout out the other day, actually. I think 2 or 3 times. Thank you for that. And I do watch you. Check her out on YouTube at Ashley Miller. I think it's Ashley Shy Miller on Instagram and everything else like that. She's a cool person. But in quickies, we have Ludacris. His car was stolen in Atlanta. It was a Mercedes. It was a Benz something. It's one of them pretty ass slick sports cars. His dumb ass kept the shit running while he went to the ATM, and I think he was in Buckhead, which also Tyrese got his shit stolen maybe like a week or two prior to this in Buckhead. He left his fucking car on, and this dumbass nigga went to the goddamn ATM, and then, I guess a lot of people leave their cars, they're close to it. I'm sorry, I'm not leaving my Mercedes out. If it looked as good, them keys are staying next to me. The fuck, that was stupid. But anyway, he got his car stolen while he was while he was going to an ATM. And this nigga said, he went up to the ATM and he went to go get the money out, and then he heard his car skirting the fuck away. So somebody, imagine going back, just turning the fuck around and seeing your car Audi 3000. Like, the fuck, stupid. Whatever. No word on if he got his car back or not. I think he did get his car back. I think it was parked somewhere in, or he called the cops. The cops located it in something else like that. Something like that, but whatever. Next in quickies, Mulatto, the rapper. I don't really listen to her music. She is, from what I've heard, she does have bars. Cool person. Her name alone is problematic, and everybody knows that, and I think she knows that, which brings her to the quickie stories. She is changing her name to just Big Lotto because her name Mulatto is problematic as fuck. If y'all don't know what mulatto is, a word derives from, or not saying she picked the name to be problematic, I'm pretty sure she did. She's just a melodic woman. And if y'all don't know what melodic is, or you don't know what mulatto is, ask your grandma, ask your grandpappy. They explain it to you. It's basically, in my words, a high yellows, Eurocentric, and maybe even, what's the word? I forgot the fucking word. But anyway, it's basically a lighter tone Eurocentric woman, or, man, or whatever. And basically everybody's been giving her flack about her name because she is a melodic woman. She's light skinned. She's, she just fits all of the standards of melodic people. And, unfortunately that has a negative connotation behind it, and it is negative, and it definitely was used, especially back in the day, as a negative term. And not towards the melodic woman. It was used negatively towards non-melodic women. Darker skinned women, and I was just saying this to that, but that'd be a whole nother conversation for a whole nother podcast. But she's looking to change her name to just Big Lotto. Next, we have K. Michelle. She's coming out with a new show. Everybody know K. Michelle from Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, New York, Hollywood, and everything else like that. Shaking the table. She's coming out with a new show on Lifetime, and it's basically, I guess, helping people who had plastic surgery fuck-ups, or botched plastic surgery fuck-ups. And she's coming there, I guess to help people get their shit taken out, the silicone, or getting their plastic surgery reversed and or corrected. It sounds very much so like the show Botched that was on E, which I really like that show because I'm like into like plastic surgery and shit like that, or just seeing augmentations and whatnot is really cool to me. But it sounds like that, honestly, just with another celebrity. Next we got Michael Strahan. He has the Rona. Yes, sadly. Because Michael Strahan was my guy for real. I mean, he's cool folks. Everybody knows who Michael Strahan is. If you don't know who he is, you should be ashamed of yourself, especially if you're black. But he had Rona, and yeah, that's just that on that. Well, that one I said is, I think he had to stop his shows and everything else like that. Hopefully nobody else got it from that. But he definitely had Rona, and hopefully he gets better soon. Hopefully he's asymptomatic and don't have to deal with all of the fuck shit that Rona and her big sister come with. Next in quickies, we have Monique Coleman, which is the black girl from High School Musical. If y'all remember, she was she a cheerleader? I think she was a cheerleader, and all that stuff. Y'all know what the fuck she is. It's only like 2 or 3 black people. It's 3 black people in fucking High School Musical. Corbin Blue, the other nigga that liked to bake, and Monique Coleman. She basically outed Disney, or not necessarily outed him or even exposed him. She basically said the reason why she wore those headbands on her head or on the back of her half wig or whatever the fuck the case may be was because because Disney didn't know how to do black hair, which what kind of production set, like what? And back in the day, y'all know Disney was diverse as fuck. They had That's So Raven, which was a leading black show on Disney Channel. So whoever the fucking producers were, and Kenny Ortega and them niggas over at High School Musical, y'all should have done better. Cause yeah, y'all need to do better. And I know they got a High School Musical reboot out with these new kids, and I would never even watch it because it's a sin and it's a disgrace and it's a disrespect to my childhood. Because who the fuck are these people? Fuck. Anyway, next on Quickie Stories, we have Chad Wheeler. I think the nigga's a football player, something like that. I don't give a fuck. Listen, he's a football player. He's a white man. Not that that had anything to do with anything, but whatever. He's a football player, and he had a domestic dispute with, I think it was either his girlfriend or his wife. He whooped her ass. When I tell you aristocats, he put them paws on her. Them paws, he put head, shoulders, knees, and toes on that lady. And that's fucked up. No, domestic violence is nothing to even really joke about, honestly. It really is sad. The way that he fist boom popped her, like, he really, he need to be locked up. Anyway, he got into a scuffle. It wasn't even a scuffle, like I said. He Chris Browned her ass. Like, he knocked her into next year. And if y'all see the, I forgot her name, but if y'all see the pictures and stuff like that from the aftermath of it, it's really sad. But Chad Wheeler, he was in a domestic dispute or, domestic violence case with his girlfriend or wife. And she was a black woman, yes, and once again, he beat her bad. Unfortunately, I think he was, and it's not even unfortunate, because that nigga should have lost his job. Y'all know the NFL don't play that domestic violence shit, so they need to do the same thing they did with Mike Vick, which he wasn't even in a domestic violence case, but they need to do the same shit they did with Michael Vick. They need to do the same shit they did with Ray Rice and everybody else of the browner complected skin tones, and kick that nigga out the fucking field. But he came out with an apology, quote unquote, the other day, saying basically, I'm gonna sum it up because it was long, it's a couple of tweets, and I don't like to read. So to sum it up, he was like, I apologize deeply for doing what I did, yada yada yada, yada yada you, won't. And basically, to chalk it up, he just basically tried to say that the reason why what happened was because he was going through a manic episode. He was in a state of mania. And for the people out there that don't know what, a manic episode is and or a state of mania, if you know about mental health or anything else like that, you do know when you are manic, you are out of control of your emotions, your body. You're out of control of everything pretty much, mentally. And let me give you a quick definition of mania. Google definition, dictionary definition of mania is mental illness marked by periods of great excitement or euphoria, delusions, or overactivity. I do know about the mania and the manic state because I don't deal with it myself, personally, but I do know people and I have people close to me that does deal with that. So I understand when you are in that light or you're in that moment that you don't necessarily have control over yourself. However, and this might sound crazy, but that's not an excuse for a man, especially twice the size of a woman. And physically, we all know, physically, for the most part, men are stronger than women. There's no excuse for you to be putting your hands on a woman. I don't care. It is what it is. Now, my mama said unless she smacked you or spit on you, cut you, or try to kill you, then you just might send her ass to God. But you don't put your hands on a woman, especially you beat her that bad. That's really sad, and you really should be locked up. Whether you dealing with it, well, granted, if you're struggle with mental illness, you need to be put away in the bins. Not the bins, but you know what I mean, like the wards. Next conversation, the next topic, shall I say? Lil Uzi Vert, he tried, or I guess consulted with somebody to put pink diamonds in his forehead, and like, okay, the fuck, all right, nigga, like. My fucking reaction when I fucking read it, I was just like, okay, this nigga's is weird. Cool music, weird. Whatever. Next. Nick Cannon, congratulations to him. He got a syndicated talk show that's going to be premiering sometime this year in 2021 in the fall. And I don't remember what it was called or if it even was announced that it had a title. But congratulations to him. Everybody knows everything that happened with Nick Cannon with the whole, coming out his speech shit, and then the network's like, nah, nigga, you talking shit about us and us Jews? Now you gotta go. Cut the fucking cord. Cut the cameras. Dead ass. And other quickies, we have Tory Lanez and Chris Brown. They have a new song that's supposed to be coming out, new song and video. I wonder what the fuck that's about, because Chris Breezy, if y'all don't know, Chris Brown is my cousin. Yes, thank you. He's my cousin, twice removed. Listen, we got the same last name, so we cousins enough. Fuck what y'all got to say. Suck my ass. Anyway, as I was saying, Chris Brown, my cousin, and Tory Lanez have a song coming out. It's not. There never was a date for it to be released, but I'm interested in seeing what that's going to be about, because outside of Tory Lanez shooting Meg allegedly. If he shot her, he does make good music. Fuck what everybody else got to say. If you have a problem with me, okay, continue to tune in, like and subscribe, drop a comment. I don't give a fuck. No, well, I do give a fuck. Tune in and share this podcast. Nah, I'm interested in seeing what that is about. Well, sometimes, because sometimes this verse is really good on my fucking nerves, but that's besides the point. But, last in quickies, Kelly Rowland, also speaking about Beyonce. Kelly Rowland, she gave birth to her second child. They did not release a name, they did not release a picture, but I believe it was yesterday or 2 days ago that she gave birth, finally, because she's been pregnant for a hot-ass minute now. And, congratulations to Kelly. We, do support the Rowlands over here. I really like you guys, and, yeah. Well, you guys, that completes today's episode of the That's That On That podcast, Pop News Edition. I am your boy JB, and I am signing out. But before I sign out, I do want to let you guys know we do have a new Instagram page. Follow us on Instagram, and that Instagram name is That's That On That PC. It's not That's That On That podcast. It's That's That On That PC. Somebody else had the domain of the That's That On That podcast. I don't know what the fuck that happened at, but whatever. Also, follow us on Twitter at TTOT Podcast 9. As soon as you type it in, it should automatically pop up. Also, I mean, if you don't want to type that in, which is the shorter version, you can type in That's That On That podcast. But like I said, like, subscribe, leave a comment, tweet us, email us, message us, leave a review. Hit up the Facebook page, That's That On That podcast on Facebook. And y'all have a good day. Speaking of Chris Brown, Rihanna's album, not too linked well together, but whatever. Rihanna's album, Anti, a few days ago, actually turned 5. That's great, because that album was a bop. If you listen to Anti almost every song on there was slap, with an exception of like 2 or 3, and that's just my personal reasons, but whatever. But before we say anything else, fuck this album turning 5. Rihanna, where is music? Where is the music? Where is music? I'm not playing with your bald head ass. I'm tired of you being the Avon lady. Like, I'm tired of this. Well, Fenty draws, I heard, they are very comfortable, and if anybody wants to buy me some, I am a 2X. Email me and I'll send you the address. But no, seriously, where the fuck is the music at? Maybe she don't like us no more. Maybe she ain't making music no more. Fuck it. Talking about Rihanna, Beyonce. She is dropping the Ivy Park Drip 3 launch, which is the 3rd installment of the new line, the Ivy Park titled with Adidas. It's called Icy Park, which is the Drip 3. That's going to be dropping on February 16th. I believe Gucci Mane is a part of the campaign, and I mean, fucking genius, because if it's Icy Park, although if it's majority winter clothes, which I don't think it's majority winter clothes, I think it's like winter and spring, but we got to see. They didn't drop everything yet. It's genius because everybody knows that Gucci Mane is the Icy Man. Like, it's Gucci. Like, that's my nigga. Hold up. But wait, before you go, be sure to like, drop a comment, follow, smash that subscribe button, and follow us on all platforms at That's That On That Podcast, #TTOT.